quick video. I want to tell you guys a secret because you know people be gatekeeping out here. And long story short, today's video I'm going to be discussing 5 things I've learned on a mature lock journey. So as you guys know, these are my locks. I'm 5 years in. My anniversary is June 1st, 2025. I just made my 5 years this summer. Yes, so I'm still learning. You know, I put out disclaimers out there, so if you know, you know. So one of the first things I want to talk about that I've learned as a mature lock baddie out here is that the texture of your locks will change in the 5 years. So no matter what texture you have when you started out, you know, you'll still keep some of that softness or, you know, thickness, you know, that won't go away, but you know, the texture itself is going to become extremely coarse and rough compared to what you started out with beforehand. So be prepared for that. The texture of your hair is definitely going to change. For me, like I had like 4C here, 4DEFG, whatever you want to call it. And so I had kinky, you know, coarse thick hair, so to say. And I feel like my hair's gotten even kinkier and coarser, so I'm always trying to moisturize it, oil it, keep it, you know, with some kind of butter or cream in it because I don't like how dry my hair's become. My hair's become extremely dry. The texture has changed a whole bunch. Even looking at it up close, you can tell the texture is, you know, really hard, rough, you know, lock-like. So expect that. So if you're not ready to have a full texture change, do not commit to locks. Do not get locks because, again, you won't lose all of the texture, but the texture is going to change. It's going to become a lot more rougher and dry, and you're going to feel it, you know. So if you're afraid of that, you like your soft butter hair texture, you know, you don't want any, you know, dry, rough, you know, patchy spots in your hair as far as, you know, the texture just feeling dry in certain areas where it's locks or buds at. This is not for you. And I learned that I knew I wanted to do this journey, you know, so I knew my hair texture would change, you know, but actually feeling it change is a whole different thing because I can feel the texture change. Of course, right up here in my roots, this texture has not changed. The growth, the new growth, the dermis, epidermis, you know, all of that is still the same, but once the locks form, it does get a whole brand new texture. It really does. And there's no way to get around that. The texture is a part of the change is going to happen. So no matter how much you oil, you condition, wash your hair, you know that texture is there, but you want to keep it moisturized and you want to keep it, you know, with some water, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep it, you know, protected at all times so it doesn't get extremely dry to the point where it starts to break off and, you know, you have damaged, dry particles all over the place. You don't want that at all. So that's the one thing I learned. Like the texture will completely 365 degrees change. I knew my hair texture was gonna change as far as become locked and not straight hair, but the coarse, the way it feels, you know, the texture, the softness of it is definitely different. You know, I'm not able to run my fingers through all of the strands of my hair anymore because my hair is locked. So I can't do that. There's no way to get around that. I can't do that. You know, I can't comb my hair. I can't, you know, brush it, you know, and hit every strand because my hair is locked. So, you know, for me, it's like, wow, it really, I did it. I made it. Like, I'm here on the fully locked journey as far as, you know, having my hair look like that. That's how my hair looks all the way around. Real deal. Next thing up, number 2, the second thing I want to talk about tonight regarding what I learned on the mature journey part of the locks is that sensitivities. Like my hair, my scalp has become so sensitive for no reason. This entire frontal area becomes very sensitive. If I ever try to just pull it up too quickly, you know, style it too quickly, you know, if I lean on it the wrong way, it can give me a lot of pain, a lot of tenderness, a lot of ow, ooh, like hurt. And no joke, I was never a tender-headed person, but I am feeling it all the way 5 years in. For some reason, if I tug or sleep on it the wrong way or do something too quickly, not paying attention, there's a lot of pain on me. And it's not cute and it's not good. So all of a sudden, I am super sensitive in my frontal area. You know, like even getting a professional retwist, doing my own retwist, my own wash, all of that. It is super sensitive in these frontal areas where I have my thinnest damaged areas of my locks prior to having locks. So I don't love that. I hate that, as a matter of fact. And it definitely makes me want to do a lot of TLC and loving care to my hair to make sure it's strong and healthy and vibrant for the rest of my entire lock journey. So all of a sudden I'm tender-headed. Not a good thing, not cool at all. That is not who I am out here in these streets. So third thing up, getting into number 3, the weight. When I have a ponytail, I can just feel the weight of my hair. I can feel it swaying from side to side. I can feel the thickness. I can feel the strength of the ponytail. Like, I can feel it laying on me. Like, I feel like I could probably smack somebody in my ponytail if I really wanted to. You know, a wet ponytail probably hurt somebody. A wet hair day and just pow would probably hurt someone. It actually hurts me sometimes when I do this. I don't longer shake my head in my dress like this anymore because now it hurts. The weight of my hair, how heavy it is, the buds, you know, depending on the style, it hurts to go like this really fast. I don't even do that anymore because that really hurts. It is not cool. That actually hurts. So it was cute in the beginning when my hair wasn't really butted up like that, but now that my hair is butted up and fully locked, it is not cute. Shout out to my new shades. I love these shades. I wore them on vacation. Ow. Next, yeah, that weight is nothing to play with. If you know, you know. If you had locks and you wash your hair in the shower or you wash your hair in the tub or sink, you have to lift up your hair to get it all dried up. That weight on your neck is a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So the weight, knowing how I'm gonna have to do neck crunches or neck push-ups in the future, already having a big ass head already to keep up the length of this is wow. Joey Tribbiani friends, wow. You know, but I'm on a journey, so let's see how far this goes, right? Fourth thing I want to talk about, you know, I'm learning being mature out here on this lock journey is the locks are literally everywhere. I've hit the point in my journey where the locks are inside of my bra straps, under my arms. You know, they've been in food, they've been in the sink. You know, when I brush my teeth to go rinse my mouth out, you know, like the hair is literally in the sink with the toothpaste in the water. So annoying. In spaghetti, when I'm eating spaghetti, you know, it's just everywhere. So I'm constantly having to pull my hair up out of the way when I'm getting ready to eat. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to guard my hair and make sure it's out the way. Like, okay, let me get a ponytail so I can bust down this food because it's in everything. You know, I'll look, there'll be white sauce, red sauce, salt and peppers, and all of that in my hair. And like, I wasn't trying to wash my hair today. Like, it wasn't wash day. We was not in the mood for wash day. So that's the thing. Makes you want to keep more protective styles where your hair is up and out of the way so it's not in things. And that's why we go to the chunky twist and the 2-strand, the 3-strand, you know, the 4-strand, you know, the updos, the fro hawks. That's why we go to those to make sure their hair is totally out of the way all the time to not be in the way and making life more difficult for you for no reason. Last thing up, number 5, Cinco de Mayo, 555. Ooh, sorry. The last thing I've learned, I'm saying sorry to an appliance. It's so crazy. I'm looking at my Ninja smoothie slushy machine. Yeah, that's who I am, right? Anyhow, the last thing up is in the mature part of the journey, you just realize what you have is what you're working with forever. I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. You know, but sometimes when you're wrong, you could be right. But you know how that goes, you know? It's hit or miss. I feel like this is the size and texture my locks will be moving forward. As I progress into year 10 and 15 or however far along I decide to go on my lock journey, I feel like this is the texture I'm going to be with. This is the shapes my locks are going to be. Some small, some big, some, you know, larger, some longer, some shorter. Like, I feel like this is what I'm with. This is what I'm sticking with. Like, I don't think they're gonna look much different after this. I feel like these are the mature, senior OG locks I've made it to, and they're gonna just get longer and heavier. I don't think they're gonna get any bigger. I don't think they're gonna plump up anymore. I think this is what I'm rocking with, you know, until I decide to, you know, do something different with my hair. If I decide to do anything different with my hair at all, I feel like this is what I'm gonna be rocking with. This is the mature locks style. This is the look. This is the way the locks will be moving forward in years to come. And this is how it all came out. It's gonna get heavier. It's gonna get longer. But I don't think it's going to get thicker in size and coils and shapes. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like these are the final sets of locks I have. This is me at the mature state. And that's it. That's all. So, thank you guys for watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys like my shades. Hope you guys like my 2-strand twist out. You know, the little curly wavy thing I got going on right now. Hope you like my baby hairs. Meow. Honestly speaking, just wanted to give you guys some context. You know, I feel like when we're on YouTube, when we're searching ideas for hairstyles, we don't get everything we want all the time. So sometimes we just gotta figure it out and jump into it to figure out the pros and cons of things. So the cons of today's video is just knowing that it's work. You know, once you get there and your locks are fully locked, there's more to deal with. You know, you gotta be possibly texture shock. If you're going to be texture shocked, what does that mean? You know, are you ready for the texture change? You know, you got to be ready for any possible sensitivities coming to your hair and your scalp that you may not have had. You know, are you ready for that? Big decision. You got used to the weight shifting it. You know it feeling heavy. You know, when you wash it, when you don't wash it, when it's up, when it's styled. Gotta get used to that. Gotta get ready for that too. And you also gotta get used to the fact that it's gonna be everywhere. You take a shower, you know, it's in the showers, in the sink, you know, it's in your clothes, in your underarms, in your zipper, in your coat, your sweater. It's everywhere. Get used to it. It's not going anywhere. And lastly, knowing that you're at the final stage of your locks where you know how they're going to look for the rest of your journey. You know the shape, the sizes, you know which are the sensitive areas, which are the thick areas, the thin areas, you know. The areas don't give you any problems, areas that need problems, you'll learn all of that. I was rambling, but I want to get that out really quick. Thank you guys for watching my video. Be sure to like and subscribe, share this video, leave a comment below. Let me know if I can ask any questions for you in real time or later. And shout out to everybody who's the new person here, new subscriber, day one subscribers, people that's out there in Brazil and Africa, DR. Thank you guys for rocking out. I know I have you guys viewing me from that far away, so thank you. I want to send a special shout out to Jersey, Atlanta, Florida, DC, Hawaii, my peoples. Hey, don't want to forget Chi-Town and Texas as well. Thank you guys for being the best. Have a good night. Bye. And again, 5 things I learned on the mature lock journey. Hitting you back one more time in case you catch this at the very end. Texture, sensitivity, weight, it being everywhere, and knowing this is it when you get there. Peace, y'all.